With everything going on in YouTube and the policy changes and them cracking down on firearms a lot harder, why are Guntubers remaining on this platform? Well, I'm gonna be brutally honest in this video and go over exactly why that's happening. First and foremost, it's gonna be monetization, views, and this. This chart right here is a huge reason why Guntubers will not move from this platform, and we're gonna go over that in a lot more detail here in a second. Now, if you don't know what's going on with YouTube, I suggest going over and checking out this video. It's gonna go over a lot of the new rules and policy changes. Now, there's been some new ones and some things changed around, so try to keep up to date exactly what's going on. I'll do another video here, making sure to give you guys a full update when things change even more. But for right now, check out that video. That'll give you a really good idea of what has been changing and what's kind of going on with YouTubers that are doing firearms related content and what the struggles they're working around. So the first thing we're gonna go over is gonna be monetization. Whether you like it or not, this is a business. A lot of these guys have legitimate businesses with their YouTube channels, and most people just run it like a business, as you should, because you're getting revenue coming in. And the smart thing to do from there is use that money in the best way possible to expand and grow your business or your YouTube channel. A lot of these channels will look over to these new platforms and there's no monetization, there's no ad revenue. So quickly looking at it from a business perspective, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to make that move, especially if you're gonna have to create content for that platform, if you're doing two separate types of content, or if you're just going to take those videos and post it there as well. That's gonna be a big decision that a lot of guys don't take because there is no actual value there, or they do take the leap, they do it for a handful of months, and there's zero return on that end. The whole monetization aspect is a really sore subject because there's a whole group of people that think that you shouldn't be paid if you make content. You should just do this for free and for the fact that you love doing it. And there's a whole other group that thinks, okay, this is a business and I'm gonna do this as lucrative as possible to make my business grow. I'm somewhere right there in the middle. Obviously, I don't do this to make millions of dollars. I'm in law enforcement full time. If I wanted millions of dollars, I would have never chose that career field. But at the same time, I realize that I put 20 to 40 hours a week into this job, including traveling and being away from my family. I'm gonna have to get paid a little bit for that, or I'm just gonna stop doing it because I'm not taking all this time away from my family if I'm not making something in return. Now, this can be an entire video, and it might be later down the road, depending how the comment section is after this video, because I almost didn't make this video because of this, because I know a lot of people really get hung up on this monetization part. But I want to come on here and be ridiculously honest with you guys and transparent and just let you know why this isn't happening, why it's not working. And that rolls us into this second, which is going to be viewers. Not a lot of viewers are moving from this platform over to those other platforms. You hear a lot of people saying, why aren't you going to this other platform? Why don't you do this or that? And the frustrating part for the content creator is you do that, you put that time and effort, and you're creating more content now for this platform, and no one actually transfers over. You have this large following on this platform over here that you grew and worked a ton of time to get, and then you move over here and a very small portion transfers over with you. So that can be incredibly discouraging for the content creator themselves, along with the fact that if you don't have the monetization on this platform, you need sponsors. And if the views aren't there, the sponsors aren't there, and if the sponsors aren't there, there is no money there. So it's kind of a domino effect, and that's why a lot of these people go right back to going to YouTube. Now, the third, and I think is actually the most important, and what I don't see anybody talking about, is this graph right here. At quick glance, it looks like a normal graph of your analytics of a video to see how well it is progressing. As you can see on the graph, there is a significant spike upwards. That means this video started to blow up or go somewhat viral. And what you're gonna notice is on the bottom corner, it says 400 days that video has been up. It took this video over 400 days to essentially go viral and be able to get all those views. I gained over 900 subscribers in that very short period after the 400 days once that video started to blow up. Now, that's the incredible thing about YouTube. It has a massive library of videos that at any point can go viral. No other platform that I'm really aware of does this. For example, if you go into Instagram and you post a video, that video is good for 24, maybe 48 hours. After that 48-hour point, that video disappears forever. Yes, it stays on your channel. Yes, if a really dedicated viewer wants to go back and find that later down the road, they absolutely can. But I promise you, a video or a picture that is 400 days old will never go viral on Instagram. I have personally never seen it. I've never experienced a video that is longer than 10 days old ever getting a massive influx of views. And it is something that is incredibly unique that YouTube has. And I'm not gonna pretend like I understand the algorithm, but what they have in place is pretty cool and unique in the sense that as you're creating this content, even if it doesn't go huge when you first post it, it's really exciting in the sense that at any point I can wake up and turn on my phone and see, holy crap, I just got an influx of views and subscribers and monetization. Why? And then I'll search, oh wow, this video from a year ago ago just massively blew up. I've had this happen 3 times this year where 3 videos after a significant amount of time, the videos have exploded and gotten over 1 million views. One of them had over 5 million views after months of not having really any views. And then out of nowhere, that video just blew up. Sometimes it's because a current event happens and people start using those keywords. Sometimes YouTube might just throw it in the mix and all of a sudden it gets a lot of views and then it snowballs from there and blows up. That is something that I just don't see in other platforms that I wish would happen more, because I think that would really get people going and starting these other platforms because they know, okay, the first push didn't do well, maybe in a month or so it'll kick back up and it'll do well again. Now with the big 3 out of the way, there's a couple other small little things that I've noticed that are contributing to the fact that people aren't wanting to switch, and a couple reasons that I don't want to switch. One of them being is an echo chamber. I really like that YouTube is a platform that so many different types of people are on. You can reach out to a much larger group of people, and it's not just an echo chamber of just people that like firearms. Yes, that's great. I love speaking to people that love firearms, and that's people that I really get along with the most. But what I want is I want more people that don't know about firearms to understand firearms, that get safety about them, and maybe become interested in them, and then become a part of that group that really enjoy them. Or maybe it's just somebody that I can have a conversation with that doesn't agree with me, and that's okay because that can happen, and then maybe we can just go our separate ways. But I still was able to share that content and information with that person. That is unfortunately something I'm not seeing with other platforms because they're building these platforms for a specific group of people. Now, one platform that's doing a really good job of that is Rumble. Now, they are obviously one-sided, a little bit heavier than others, but they're really trying to work on diversifying and making it much larger to allow more people involved in that. And that's really just going to come down to people that really want that First Amendment. I think it's important, no matter whether I agree with you, I can still share a space with you. And that's okay. We don't have to always agree on everything. I have my religious beliefs. I'm a Christian, and I love to share that with you. And you don't have to agree with me. I would love to have a conversation with you and maybe be able to give you some information that you didn't know. And maybe that helps you grow towards being a stronger Christian, or you have a different view of what I think on firearms, and that is just fine. But I want a space that all of us can be there. And that's why I like using Rumble so much. It's because it's a platform that's for the First Amendment that allows you to share anything that you want, as long as it's not illegal, obviously. I don't want pornographic information or illegal items used in these things, but I think it's really important to have a space that you can share whatever you want and have those disagreements, because those disagreements are just as important as those agreements, because that's how you move and you grow. And maybe you see a different side of things that you didn't originally see because you were just being told by this group of people that what you think is right, and you never really had anyone oppose that and see it from a different angle. And one of the last things, of course, is the fact that everyone's just comfortable with YouTube. They know how it works. It's been around for so long. It's just the thing that everyone goes to. If you need something and you're like, okay, I need to work on my car. How do I do that? How do I replace my headlight? How do I fix my washing machine? You go to YouTube, you type it up, boom, video there in 2 seconds. It loads right up and you watch it, and then you become a mechanic, or you become a plumber, and it's fantastic. Or you just ruin your car, or you end up spilling water all over your floor because you just ruined your washing machine, which is something I might have done before. But all those things aside, it's a great platform that you're able to have so much information and learn, and it's easy and it's comfortable, and we're creatures of comfort, and we don't like change. At least I don't, and the majority of people I know don't love change, and that is a big reason people don't like going to these other platforms. It's new, it's something different. It's like, I don't like this homepage, or it's a little clunky. Well, yeah, it's a brand new platform. It's going to take some time to grow. So that is a big reason that a lot of people aren't transitioning, because they're comfortable with what YouTube does. With all that being said, I would love to see YouTube change their policies back to being what they kind of used to be, and the fact that it was just, you can make videos whatever you want. You shared your opinion. It's freedom of speech. That's what makes this country great. That's what makes that platform, what made that platform great, is you were able to share whatever content that you wanted. It didn't matter if YouTube or Google or whoever's running things or whoever's clicking that button is saying like, nope, demonetized, disagrees with your opinion. It was great because you could share that opinion, and then you had a platform to do that. And I hope it becomes that again. Unfortunately, I don't see that happening anytime soon with the current state that we're at, but I would love for that to happen because I love YouTube. YouTube has helped grow my business to what it is now, and I'll never say I hate YouTube because it created the business and what I'm doing here, and being able to create this videos for you guys, and I love that I can do that. But what's frustrating is what they're doing now, and the position that they're taking is making it really difficult to do that. So what I would love for you guys to do is voice your opinions, share that. Hopefully YouTube sees that and decides maybe they should not do this anymore and go back, because they're obviously going to follow the dollar. But what I would also love to do is have you guys follow me on all those other channels that I am on. I think being multi-platform is so important. I'm on Rumble, Instagram, Facebook, Greyhive, Trigger Hill, X. There's all these platforms that I am using right now, and I'm sharing all different content on these, trying to diversify as much as possible. And I would love it if you guys would all move over to those platforms and just check it out if you guys really enjoy the content, or if you want more content, because like I said, I share every day on Instagram and Facebook. I do short form content, I do different style content, I do lifestyle content, I post on X, I do live streams, we're starting a podcast soon. A lot of these other platforms, really putting in a lot of work to try to get all this content to you as much as possible, and doing all these different platforms to be able to reach different people that might want to be platform specific, and that's okay. But I would hope that if you do enjoy the content and you want to support the channel, that's one of the best ways you can do it, and by going to my website, tacticadvisor.net, using all the resources that are on there. All those things are incredibly helpful, and I really appreciate you for that. But being multi-platformed, I think, is one of the best things you can do if you're starting social media right now. Back in the day, you could jump on one platform, you could blow up, and you can just be really big on that platform, and that's cool. But nowadays, I'm really finding that you really have to be on all the platforms. Other than that, I hope you guys appreciate this video. I really just wanted to be as transparent and honest as possible with you. I know there's gonna be a lot of disagreement with some of those points, especially with the monetization. There's a lot of strong opinions about that, and it's completely okay. I would love to hear your opinions in the comments and to see what you think on that end, or maybe you agree with this list, maybe you don't. I'd love to hear what you think. One of the biggest things that helps this channel is Brownells. I cannot thank these guys enough for everything they do for this channel, and Brownells is awesome. Unfortunately, I can't say a ton about Brownells, but Brownells. I love Brownells. I really appreciate them. And going to my website and using those resources is something that you can do to help support things. So I would appreciate that so much. Howitzer Clothing is a wonderful clothing brand that donates 5% proceeds. I can say anything about one of them I want to, because they're clothing and not anything firearms related. And they have a Tactical Advisor shirt, and I wear their clothes 24/7. Love them as a company, what they've been doing. We started kind of at the same time, and we've grown together, and I really love what they do. And the support they show me is tremendous. Other than that, guys, thank you so much, and I appreciate you all.